There are special people in this world who willingly place themselves in harm's way so others can live freely. They sacrifice comfort, time with family, and personal safety in service to something greater than themselves. For nearly 3 decades, Lieutenant Colonel Derek Sawser made that choice. But long before he was flying combat missions at twice the speed of sound, Derek was just a kid growing up in Northeast Salem, playing every sport he could.
So sports were a big part of my family growing up. This is obviously before the internet or electronics. So we were outside a lot, and it wasn't just organized sports. We were always outside with the neighborhood kids, playing hot box, shooting basketball, throwing football around, and so it was part of the neighborhood growing up with everything.
With the encouragement of his parents, Gordon and Judy, Derek and his younger brother Brian spent their childhood moving from one practice field to another. Football, basketball, baseball, soccer. Sports became the foundation of his early life. At McKay High School, Derek quickly became one of the most accomplished student athletes in school history.
Yeah, sometimes I have flashbacks of memories of specific sport moments. I really enjoyed the playing 3 sports. I liked the variety. I remember people asking me what my favorite sport was, and I go, it just depends on what time of year it was.
From 1989 to 93, he starred in football, basketball, and baseball, earning varsity letters in all 3 sports from his sophomore through senior years. And no matter the sport, Derek led. But Derek's accomplishments weren't limited to athletics. He graduated co-valedictorian of his class with a perfect 4.0 GPA. He earned the rank of Eagle Scout. He served as captain of all 3 sports teams. And in 1993, he was named the Salem Sports and Breakfast Club's Oliver Houston Male Senior Athlete of the Year. The future was bright, and it would take him far from Salem. Derek accepted an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, where he continued his baseball career while balancing the intense academic and military demands of cadet life.
I don't know. You're pretty young. You don't know what you know about the world. I did at least visit it I didn't know as a lot about the military academies. It was actually my younger brother who was really into the military academies, and he kind of pushed me a little bit and was doing kind of his own research and made me take a look at it. But through all the process and writing the representatives and the senators and getting nominations and going through the process of the academy and learning more about it, by the time I received the appointment, I was pretty proud about that. Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, another passion took flight. Literally. Through exposure to military aviation, Derek discovered a calling that would define the next chapter of his life. He wanted to fly fighter jets.
I wasn't around general aviation when I was in high school, or know many people that flew. So it was kind of a gradual thing, a learning process as I went to the Air Force Academy. There's several programs there that expose you to flying.
In 1997, after graduating from the Air Force Academy, Derek was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force and soon began the demanding process of becoming an F-15 Eagle pilot. He flew combat missions during Operations Northern Watch and Southern Watch over Iraq. He later served during Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom as part of the global war on terror. Throughout his military career, Derek never lost sight of the lessons that shaped him: family, teamwork, leadership, and service.
Obviously, my parents were critical and opportunities that they were allowed to inspire us to take, and the lessons they taught us. And
today, after 29 years of service to his country, Lieutenant Colonel Derek Sawser leaves behind a remarkable legacy, not only as an athlete, a pilot, and officer, but as a husband, father, teammate, and leader. His journey began on the fields and courts of Northeast Salem. It carried him into the skies above the combat zones around the world. And through it all, he represented the very best of service, sacrifice, leadership, and character. Lieutenant Colonel Derek Sawser is a beacon.